Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. So in today's video, I am going to show you exactly how to hit clips on controller in 2026. Not the basic stuff everyone keeps repeating, but the actual things that made me improve and start hitting consistent clips in real games. We are going over sensitivity mechanics in thinking process and how to actually put everything together in real fights. So if you are trying to go from average player to actually hitting clips in ranked or creative, then watch the full video and lock in. So the first and most important thing is your sensitivity on controller. If your sense is too high, you might look fast, but you will lose control in fights and miss easy shots. And if your sense is too low, you will feel stuck, slow, and you won't be able to turn or react in box fights. No matter how good your mechanics are, you will always be limited by your sense because it decides how consistent your aim and edits actually are. What I recommend is finding a balanced sense where you can still turn quickly, but also stay accurate in close fights. And once you find it, stop changing it every day because muscle memory is what makes you consistent. Right now on screen you can copy my exact settings and use them as a base and then slightly adjust from there, depending on your comfort. Next thing that controller players really need to focus on is mechanics, but not just basic edits or random creative practice. If your goal is to hit clips, you need to be fast enough mechanically to actually create openings in fights before your opponent can react. Because clips don't just happen randomly. You force them by being faster in every small action. That means your edits, your resets, your peaks, and your movement all need to be clean and instant. So what you should be doing in creative is not just learning new tricks, but repeating core mechanics until they become automatic. Things like fast box edits, instant resets, right hand peaks, and clean tunneling under pressure. The goal is simple. You want your mechanics to be so fast that your opponent is always one step behind you, and by the time they react, the clip is already done. Now let's talk about aim, because this is something a lot of controller players completely underestimate. You can have the best mechanics in the world, but if your aim is not consistent, you will lose fights you should have won every single time. The main thing with aim is not just reacting fast, but staying calm in close fights. Most players panic when they box someone or get boxed themselves, and they start over flicking and missing easy shots. What you want instead is to slow your shots down mentally, even if the fight is fast. Focus on making every shotgun shot count instead of spraying and hoping something hits. And another big thing is crosshair placement before you even shoot. If your crosshair is already on the opponent before you take the shot, you don't need insane reaction time, you just need basic timing. And over time, this builds consistency where every fight feels easier because you are not forcing shots. You are just confirming them. Now, the last thing that can massively improve your clips is your thinking process. A lot of players focus only on mechanics and speed, but if you actually want to hit clips consistently, you need to start predicting your opponents. For example, in this first clip, I fully box my opponent and get double edits above his head. Most players would instantly double edit down, but before doing that, I piece both sides of the box because there is always a chance my opponent owns one of the walls and tries to escape. And that is exactly what happens. I see his footsteps move and instantly piece the next box before dropping down and finishing the clip. And in this next clip, I chop my opponent out and start edit coursing towards him. When I finally get a wall on him, I notice he's holding his shotgun and waiting for me to edit. So instead of rushing, I simply wait for a moment, and as soon as he tries to move out I full box him and hit the 200. So always keep track of where your opponent is and where they are most likely going next, because the best clips are not just about fast mechanics. They are about making the right play before your opponent even realizes what is happening. And yeah, not every clip attempt is going to work out. Sometimes you will fully outplay someone and still get pumped in the face or miss the shot. It happens a lot when you are going for fast plays and risky edits, but that's just part of learning. The more you go for these plays, the more consistent they start becoming over time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you learned anything, make sure to like and subscribe. And also go follow my Instagram on screen. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!